right, everybody. We are back talking about this Florida freeze. I'm meteorologist Laurel Blanchard with meteorologist Noah Bergren as well. Whew.
Yes, it was a long day. One
Long
weekend, especially for
long
the
week.
news. Yeah.
Long week for sure. And so, yeah, we've been talking about this Florida cold for
Seemingly a while.
a long time, at least through this week. I feel like I started talking about it last weekend when we could have seen those temperatures start to fall. Yeah, it has been cold.
Makes you feel like you're back up north, doesn't it?
Yeah, for
I
sure.
think that's a lot of people's sentiment.
Yeah, earlier today we had someone from Milwaukee watching, and he was laughing in our comment section, basically saying, like, yeah, this is what we're seeing right now. This is a normal Tuesday for us, but this is crazy for you guys. So it's definitely a cold shock to the system, that's for sure. When I let the dog out this morning, I feel like I was so tempted to go back into bed, but it's like, it was the cold shock to the system. I was up, I was awake, and it was like, okay, well, let me just sit and watch coverage for all of this. So, but no, everyone did a great job.
You probably were up a little bit earlier than I was. I wasn't up at like 7:30 or 8, but I think last night, having been up last night and then this morning, towards the later part of the morning, mid morning, the wind. I think last night the wind made it. Even though it was 24 this morning, like even at like 10 o'clock last night, it was only 35 or something.
Yeah.
That wind last night was like really what I think made everybody like, holy cow.
And it was crazy. So I wish I had took a picture of this before I left today. But in my backyard, I had all of my plants covered with beach towels and whatever. And you can see that on my Facebook page. I just posted a picture of it this morning. My plants are all tucked into bed once again, just in case I couldn't get home today. But the wind kept blowing the towels off. So you can actually see on the plant where it's not, I want to say bruised, but I'm not sure if bruised is the right word for it. It's like you can see where the blanket or the towel kind of flipped up because of the wind and where the cold set in on certain parts of the plant. So I'm really, really hoping that we see that those plants come back, because I worked hard on that.
A lot of people's plants got ruined last night.
Yeah.
A lot of brush ruined. If you have a comment or question, put it in our Facebook. We both have our feeds pulled up here on Facebook, and Laurel's got YouTube for us. But, yeah, if you have a question, comment, or concern, by the way, please click the share button. You can click the share button on the bottom left of your phone.
Yeah, Brenna said
it on here. What's up, Brianna?
Yeah, saying that, oh, my gosh, her garden looks so sad. I know.
What's up, Brian?
Mine is, too.
Will the wind be a factor tonight as much as it was last night? Definitely not.
No.
A factor, yes, still, but nowhere near like it was.
So last night when I was here, those winds picked up probably at about 2 in the afternoon.
Yep.
And we saw winds over 45 miles per hour, not only just at the Orlando International Airport, but I'm talking also Melbourne Airport as well, which, fun fact, I did a TikTok on this. So if you don't follow me on TikTok, definitely take a look. The dust got so swept up in the atmosphere because of those gusty winds. It was crystal clear skies, not a lick of moisture in the atmosphere, and the airport was saying that there was light snow.
That was in Melbourne, right, not Orlando.
Yeah, that was at the Melbourne International Airport. So the weather sensor was getting particles of the dirt and dust coming up from the runway that it clocked in at light snow, but there was crystal clear skies. Temperatures were still above freezing. I think it was like 36 degrees or 38 degrees. So it was a little bit of a weather myth busting last night as those winds were still picking up. But I will say that this jacket right here, this is just fleece. We were given these as a Christmas present last year, and there's no lining on the inside. I would have been better off just walking out in my t-shirt or tank top that I was wearing last night under like my suit jacket, because it was, that wind was just so piercing.
I had a long sleeve shirt, a vest, and a winter jacket, and I was still cold.
Yeah, it was chilly. It was chilly, to say the least.
Truly, I think the one way to characterize it is if we're living in Florida, that is a do you remember it when event.
Yeah, very
like
true.
a big snowstorm up north, or a tornado outbreak in the Midwest, or let's say you remember that 15 years from now, conversation at a holiday or with family. You remember that day in 26? It was freezing in Orlando.
Yeah, and like that's the thing. It was just wild this morning. So one of my neighbor's sprinkler systems went off during the night.
Oh boy.
And we didn't get ice because of a weather issue. It was all because of either irrigation systems, people trying to protect their plants. It quite literally looked like a scene out of Frozen, that everything was just so almost perfectly encapsulated in ice, but I know that can be super dangerous, and I know Jessica Dobson did a great piece on that earlier on today, so she killed it.
A lot of people's questions coming in. Hello, Alice from Winter Haven. It's cold again tonight. No snow tonight, Jenny. Tonight the cold feels worse, Joyce. Yeah, I don't think we can show this graphic full from last night.
Yeah.
It might be like 25 tonight. I mean, is it really going to be that much warmer at 25 versus? I guess the wind would be the big difference tonight to last night. I mean, it's probably going to be the same, if not maybe a hair. I don't want to say warmer, higher the temperature tonight, but I guess because the wind's lighter, it might feel less bad.
Maybe. That's what I think, because especially that wind was just so piercing this morning. But no matter how you slice or dice it, we set new record cold temperatures today. And this is not just only morning record lows. Usually when we're talking about that, we see those overnight lows. Yeah, it's usually chilly, but a new cold record high. The previous one was 48 degrees. That was set back in 1936. The coldest low before it was broken this morning was 28 degrees. And today we set a brand new record. This was 24 degrees this morning. So this is by multiple degrees that we beat this earlier on today. And today we only hit a high of 45 degrees in Orlando. So that broke the record low. And these are, if your hometown is on here, not only did Orlando break cold records, Sanford broke cold records this morning, same with Leesburg, same with Daytona. And again, these are all records by more than 5 degrees. Like, this was wild on how much those temperatures fell through the overnight tonight. And then those overnight lows as well, with those wind chills this morning, it was crazy. So here were your overnight lows since midnight across the state of Florida. 21 degrees in Pensacola, 20 in Ocala, 24 in Orlando, and then a very balmy 35 down in Miami.
I think another story of this too is, Laurel, that as you and I've gotten to know living here now a few years, the Panhandle gets a lot more cold than people realize moving to Florida. And I think I didn't know this till I moved to Florida, that like it's a very different climate living in Tallahassee than it even is in Orlando and Miami. But the point is, this cold, like to be 25 in Tallahassee, I mean, it happens actually pretty frequently. To get the cold all the way down to the Bahamas. Yeah. I mean, Nassau was into the upper 30s this morning.
That was...
I mean, that I think is the hallmark of this, is how far south it made it.
Yes, and with also that, listen, I didn't move to Florida for the cold, to be totally honest, so this was, I guess, a little bit of a treat, but I had to get cold gear shipped down here to Florida because stores, Stephanie and I both had this problem this week when we were trying to prepare. We were both fully convinced that we were going to be sent out today and over the past couple of days. So we were trying to find gloves, hats. Florida doesn't sell any of that. No. So I had to get my gloves, my hat, my earband, a couple of like cold layers that I wear snow shoveling and helping clear snow out of a driveway. Shipped down to here to be prepared for the cold today.
I think while this is definitely an extreme that's not going to happen every year, maybe every 20 years or so, it's a reminder for everybody who's new to not throw out your cold. Because even though it's not 20, it's still. I read a lot of comments on your page and on the Storm Team's page and in our inboxes about, I never knew you can get this. Don't move to Florida and throw out your winter jacket. It does and can get cold. Now, this is definitely extreme.
Florida, I feel like that was a different kind of cold because of the humidity as well, because it's so humid in the summers. I feel like, humidity, that's nothing. Cold is because it's such a dry cold. I feel like it just feels so much worse. So here's to take a quick look before we toss you off to a quick break. We're still going to be live here on Facebook and on YouTube, but Fox Local will send you to a quick break. But this morning, if you thought it was cold, take a look. These were the coldest temperatures that we felt. This was a 7-degree wind chill in Longwood, 9-degree wind chill in Gainesville, 11 degrees it felt like this morning in Walt Disney World, 11 it felt like in New Smyrna, same with DeLand, and it felt like a very brisk 12 degrees in Daytona Beach. Who?
Sister or cousin, brother, relation, call it what you will. If for people who never heard of it, maybe same principle as heat index, just the opposite direction. Because I did read some people's comments who were like, explain to us the wind chill.
Oh.
Heat index makes it hotter in the summer, so this is the cousin to heat index, or sibling to heat index.
Yeah, so
just don't hear it maybe as much in a TV weather forecast in Florida as you do up north.
Whatever it is, it's the feels like temperature, and it felt cold.
Correct.
Point blank. Point blank. Yeah, it was freezing this morning, but we did get a lot of viewer photos. So we're going to send Fox Local to a quick break in a couple of seconds. But when Fox Local gets back, we'll take a look at some of the photos and videos that you all sent in earlier on today and this morning as well. This is also from last night, a few of these coming in from our flurry reports. But thank you all, first off, so much for taking the time to send in photos and videos. We really appreciate it, and we're looking for more, especially tomorrow morning. You'll definitely have to keep those videos coming. We love to see them. And Fox Local, we're going to send you to a quick break in a couple of seconds. But if you're live here watching us on Facebook, on YouTube, what did you think of the cold this morning? What did we think?
I thought it was freezing.
Yeah.
I think the funny thing is the animals. I don't know if we're talking about that.
Say that one more time.
Sorry about that. I hit the wrong button, y'all. I think it was funny too how many videos of dogs and animals opening the door and then taking 6 paces out and then nope, I'll just go to the bathroom on the carpet.
Honey was one of them. No, she would never, but she was one of them. I don't think I've ever seen her besides in a hurricane. This is probably the only other time that I've seen her be as efficient with her outside time. Yeah. I kid you not. I opened up the slider door. She went out, did her thing. 5 seconds max, and then was back inside. That's and before funny. I could even find her, she was underneath the blanket and snuggled up like she didn't even move. It was the funniest thing ever. That's
funny. Yeah, I saw Amy Caulfield's Maisie did a hot 10 steps and then back inside we go.
We're backtracking.
Keep the comments coming. Joyce, you missed summer 300. Laurel said that. I've always said 30s in Florida. It feels like 20s up north. Mark, definitely.
Yeah.
When you're surrounded by water, it gives you the humidity factor, for sure in Florida.
Oh yeah.
So when we come back, those of you on YouTube, Facebook, stay with us here for another minute. Once our web and digital stream comes back, we're going to get into some pictures. But it's just tonight is a freeze again, because a lot of people.
Yes.
So tonight is essentially a repeat, just without the wind and maybe a hair higher. And then after tonight, we should be home free. Wet Tuesday morning could be north of Orlando, maybe like Ocala types below freezing, but the majority Tuesday morning should be like 32, 3-ish, 34.
A lot of schools, we'll say this right now real quick before our Fox Local friends come back. A lot of schools, especially right now in Osceola County as well as parts of Lake County, they are already starting to take precautions. They are making sure that their heating systems are already set and ready to go and ready. They have repairmen on the way just in case there are any HVAC problems, as well as a lot of recesses. I know especially schools in Osceola County as well as Orange County, they allow like a quick recess before school starts and during school starts. Lots of any outdoor activities are going to be kept inside for a lot of the school activities, and especially they're going to keep an eye on the temperatures tomorrow afternoon as well for any of those outdoor sports.
And one thing we didn't touch on yet, we can get to this, or maybe I'll get to it a little bit later, is power outages.
Oh, yeah.
And I even got a text from Duke Energy, who's my provider at my complex in Seminole County, and asking people to cut back power use tonight to tomorrow morning. So how often in Florida do you hear of that? Almost never. It could be 100 degrees every day for 20 days in July, and you don't hear that.
Yeah, I don't think.
Not to get into the news and why is that side effect, but definitely I got one text like an hour and a half ago, and a lot of other people probably did. It's certainly an uncommonality.
Don't even think that happened during hurricane season either.
I don't think so, no.
No, but I have FPL. I have not gotten the dreaded text message yet, but hopefully that will not happen. But
I have one candle, so if we do lose power, it will be.
Don't go to Noah's house.
Sleeping next to a candle. We might be a popsicle by the morning, but.
David, thanks for writing in. It's warmer here in the UK than it is there. Oh, you want to come down? You want to
That's
join?
funny.
You want a part of that cold?
Did you shout out Elaine yet, too? Is he Elaine there?
Yeah.
Balmy 19 in Holbrook, Mass.
It was -3 there this morning.
You know, Elaine, I was looking
No,
with
thank
Laurel.
you.
There's another Arctic outbreak coming next weekend, but it looks like it's going to be more up in the Northeast and the Mid-Atlantic, not down to Florida this time. So Elaine, you may get another big Arctic break next weekend.
Yeah, you might need to come down here.
We'll be back in the 70s, though. We participated in winter for the next 10 years.
I think we got our fix.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at some viewer photos now that we have our Fox local friends back. Yeah, we got some great photos, so let's actually take a look at those, and then, Noah, I'll pass it off to you. But these are from yesterday, today, so just sit back, relax, enjoy. But this is from Florida State University. This was a video sent in to us from Twitter. Robert Malcolm, give him a follow, because this was a great flurry video of the flurries falling at Florida State University yesterday.
Flurries in Gainesville. I saw flurries in Jacksonville. Area.
White Springs, I saw reports of. Lots of Tallahassee. Lots of communities along I-10.
A couple in Tampa officially I saw, I think, that was confirmed on Fox Weather and the Weather Service. I don't remember the town around Tampa, but the Tampa area did have flurries too.
Tampa Bay did have flurries, as well as St. Pete and Sarasota also had flurries as well. We had flurries in Alachua, so great flurry video here, and unfortunately our system doesn't allow audio, but the audio in this video, you can check it out on our Facebook page, Fox 35 Orlando, and it is great commentary. It's like a little kid watching flurries for the first time, I don't know, it was seeing flurries for the first time every year, and this is even growing up with regular snow.
Oh yeah.
It's always fun. It always puts a smile on your face. This photo, though, this is one of my favorites. If you've ever been to Universal Orlando on the Universal Studios side, not the Islands of Adventure side, the other side, you know the iconic globe and the fountain that has the mist just rising, making this just epic scene as you're walking into the theme park. And there were icicles coming from Antarctica on this globe.
I don't know the last time or ever that they've had that.
I
saw
don't know
a picture.
either.
They had the entrance was all wrapped with flowers, or the flowers going into Islands of Adventure were all wrapped. But
same with the Festival of the Arts as well. So in Epcot right now, they have all of their flowers wrapped because of the cold. Here's another video, or this is another photo. This is from our very own TJ Springer, because of course he spends his Disney every single day at Disney World. He is. Well, total side note, today is the last day to ride dinosaurs, so he was a little heartbroken. Give him a little bit of love. But he also shot over to Magic Kingdom today to check out Tiana's Bayou Adventure, and he found icicles right under the main drop. When you're kind of going past the main drop before you actually get to the big drop, that's where he saw icicles in Magic Kingdom today, and it wasn't in the frozen section in Norway.
I feel for some people though. I mean, look, you make lemons, right? You make the best of it. But imagine you had your significant other and the kids or the family. You book a trip a year in advance and you come to Orlando and it's 20 degrees at the theme parks. It's not what you signed up for when you booked a trip here. But it's an anomaly for sure.
Maybe not, but I feel like that would make an entire trip.
Oh yeah, make it even more memorable. But
oh yeah, for sure.
Definitely not gonna have that many trips to Orlando like it was this cold, but this was wild too.
This was wild, and I feel like this entire day has just been a scene out of Frozen, because genuinely, we have seen photos of plants perfectly encased in ice, and I know a lot for the citrus and blueberry farmers that are here in Central Florida, that is not a good thing, especially when the weight of it breaks the plants. But when it's just this very thin layer of ice, this is the best thing that you can have when it comes to citrus and plant protection, because that little just thin casing of ice protects a plant immensely, and that's ultimately what can help you protect your plants. And yeah, that's another great photo here. A frozen tree, again, it just looks like a scene out of Frozen. And yeah, you can see JJ right there, and this is sent in by Jonathan McKenzie, but this is the JJ in the photo of just in front of a frozen tree. And my personal favorite photos that we've seen from all of you is your puppies and your pets all in sweaters. But again, this was a great image as well. This actually might be a video, maybe?
video, maybe? Oh, it is. Ah, yes. Look at that.
I remember what I put in the system every once in a while.
A lot of damage probably to some people's irrigation systems, especially if they were not cared for.
Just ice rink.
You know, it was not that far off from actually, you know, that if that storm that was offshore formed like 12 hours earlier and 100 miles further south, it definitely would have been more frozen precip in Florida. It was really close to being something just bazonkers.
And to wrap up our viewer coverage, scroll down just a little bit, Noah, next to that Florida freeze graphic. I got to show off the puppies in sweaters and the squirrels getting ready for this. This is viewer photos that were sent in to us this past week. And again, people getting creative, making sure their pets are all set, making sure all their pets are nice and cozy, making sure they have their sweaters, making sure that they have a nice bed and maybe a nice new warm toy. But yeah, that is what you have sent to us over the past couple of days. So thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for taking the time to share your cold preps with us. We appreciate it.
And one other thing, too, to remember tomorrow morning is that I believe it's every 10 degrees, it's a 1 psi drop. So if you did, maybe you didn't go out too much today, tomorrow being Monday, you know, a lot more people may wake up to their tire sensor light low than this morning, because tomorrow being back to work and school. So just
I was one of them this morning.
Put that seed in your head. Not to worry about it, but as soon as you drive and it warms up in the afternoon, you'll get some natural bounce back. But
right,
you will have to put air in them at some point.
True. And if you're trying to prepare tonight, like, listen, I know I can get caught up in like the preparation of everything. Do not overfill your tires before they fall. That is a no-go. But if you do see this icon on your dashboard tomorrow morning, Wawa has free air, and Discount Tire does do free complimentary tire pressure checks and tire fills as well. I've had to pay them a couple of visits over the past couple of days.
And not that this needs to be said, but definitely that's what you'll need in the morning tomorrow. Hat, boots. There will be no short sleeves and t-shirts at the bus stop or going to work tomorrow.
Same with you, kiddos. Like, if you're waiting out at the bus stop tomorrow morning, just waiting out there for a couple of minutes, it feels freezing out there. So just make sure, again, I know a lot of kiddos right now. My mom is a secretary to a middle school. She's always saying that kids are wearing pajama pants now. Wear those thick pajama pants tomorrow. If you have an excuse, you have our permission to splurge tomorrow. Maybe do a dress down day. But it's going to be cold tomorrow, so be prepared. It's going to be cold. You're going to need the heavy jacket. I know I was that rebellious kid that never wanted to wear a coat. Wear the coat tomorrow. Wear the coat tomorrow.
If you want to pop this up quick, this graphic, it will at least show while we're on the topic of tomorrow before we take a break here in 3 minutes. It's probably within 1 or 2 degrees of these numbers, you think, tomorrow? Probably put 1 or 2 on the high side, meaning tomorrow will be maybe just add 1 or 2.
Yeah.
1 to 3 digits.
I'd agree with that.
Something like that. So still, look, is anybody going to notice 25 versus 24?
You will. You do. But
the net difference to the majority of us, I don't want us to get the perception to people that it's going to be magically warmer tomorrow.
Tomorrow afternoon.
Who notices 26 versus 24? Nobody.
Tomorrow afternoon,
so,
yes.
Just as,
but tomorrow
still ultra cold in the morning tomorrow. It was almost in the teens. There were some weather sensors out by Denellen and Citrus County that were like 17, 18 degrees.
Oof. Nope.
I thought Ocala or Gainesville maybe would have dipped into the teens. I had an interesting wait to see if Ocala, Gainesville got to 19 this morning. They didn't. But hey, look at even Cocoa Beach got down to right on the sand. It's hard to do because that water temp is still warm.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Not for hurricanes, but it's still in the 60s, 50s or 60s.
And I was doing some digging earlier today because somebody said, is the ocean going to create ice? And if you are directly on the coast, like if you have a driveway that leads directly to the water and you have that little bit of ocean spray, and especially because we have a full moon, that could have created some icing just because of the ocean spray creating that thin layer of ice. But that was the only way that we were really going to be seeing like icy roads out there. So, phew. I guess
averted.
We could have had it a lot worse. I have to say, I'm okay. Going through blizzards and feet of snow growing up. I feel like it was cold for sure, but I definitely feel like we could have had it a lot worse.
Well, yeah. Well, to our north is part of why it was so cool. Look at all the snow that fell last night.
Ooh.
Today. I'm sure many of you know people. This is your old stopping grounds out in the
Johnson City, Tennessee.
Bristol, Tennessee area. Yeah, I mean, look at some of these totals in North Carolina. I think Charlotte was the fourth biggest snowstorm ever.
Wow.
I think it was 11 inches in Charlotte officially. So
that's crazy.
While we had the cold, there was also pretty historic of weather last night to our north, just in snow, which they don't get snow like that very often.
No.
In that part of the Carolinas, even right out to the beach, they got snow. So not just us that had the notable historic weather. And the interesting thing is, Laurel, you can see, I think Florida still is technically the only state in the union that does not have snow cover on it.
What is the percentage? Do we know, like,
I think
now
what
the percentage is?
Before I left for the weekend, I looked it up. I think it was 55 or 56% of the country.
That's what I thought as well.
But that was without all of North Carolina's snow covered.
Huh. Yeah,
so
that is
probably
wild.
Closer to 60 now.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see that stat, if we can get that later on tonight, what now the stat is for, like, snow coverage across the, what's it, contiguous, right?
I think you're right, actually.
Right? 48?
I actually think you're right, yep.
I'm a science person, I'm not a
I do
person.
numbers, not words.
All right, Fox
Cold.
Local, we're going to send you to a quick break in a few seconds, but stick with us. We'll be right back.
All right, welcome back, everybody.